Hello, I thought I'd talk a little bit about EGR valve cleaning on, this is a Honda Fit 2007. It's got about 195,000 miles on it. I just bought it last year, about a year ago, and read somewhere or saw a video somewhere that you should clean these EGR valves occasionally. So I thought, well, I'll pull it off. I wasn't getting any error codes on this engine. Seems like it's running perfectly fine, but thought I'd do it anyway. I'm not going to go through cleaning that. There's other videos out there on how to do it. So I cleaned it. I've got it loosened up, so I'm going to pull it off and show other things you need to do if you're getting the P0401 code, which is the insufficient flow through the EGR system. So again, several videos on how to clean this valve, but nobody touches on the other parts you got to look at. And this body is part of it too. Now, when I took mine off, that EGR valve was just filthy, dirtier than any of the ones I've seen on the YouTube videos out there. But these passages were just caked full of carbon too. So I thought I was being smart. I put a shop vac, held it here, and cleaned these ports out a little bit, and was getting quite a bit of crud out of there. Put it back together, and sure enough, as soon as I did that, then I started getting the PO401 code. So I'm sure what happened was I knocked a piece of crud loose, and it got pulled into the system and blocked it. And some people also say shoot some carburetor cleaner. I do not recommend that. What you got to do is just pull this block off. It's not hard to do. I'm not going to show it in this video either because it's not difficult, but you basically pull this line off. This is a coolant line. So the water's flowing out of the head through this body and out this line here. So to get it off, all you got to do is pull this nut off. And then, I don't know if you can see it here, probably not with my lighting, but there's another nut underneath here. Pull those two nuts off, this line, the coolant line, this whole block will just slide forward, and then you can easily clean it. And I spent, mine was just packed full of carbon crap. I spent probably 20 to 30 minutes cleaning it. So pull it off and just get in there and clean it. Spray it with carburetor cleaner, parts cleaner. What worked well for me, I had a little wire brush for cleaning gun barrels, like a 30 caliber or something like that. Just whatever you got, get it in there and clean it. And then there's also two ports that are going into the engine. The one on the left is obviously for this side. This is the exhaust. So the exhaust is coming up, goes through the EGR, back down into this port, and then it makes its way over this way. And then I got another thing to show you. So anyway, clean this, put her all back together, and that may fix your problems. Again, because a lot of the videos, there's comments on there saying, hey, I cleaned my EGR valve, but I still got a code. What do I do next? That's next. And then what's next is, like I said, let's see if I get a light in here. The exhaust makes its way over to the right here to this port. So it's coming out of the engine this way and then goes into this manifold, which is normally bolted right here. I'm not going to show you pulling that off either, but I have it off on this. There's other videos out there too. If you search for like cleaning EGR passages, they'll show, there's some videos out there on that too. But so I pulled that off, and take a look at this guy. It is just absolutely caked full of crap. I can't believe this thing is not throwing that P04 code, because it's just nasty. And then you can't really see it, but the actual manifold here, if you get a mirror you can see it in there, but that's just caked full too. So I'm going to clean that up, put her back together, and well, I'm not getting a code right now, which surprises me, but hopefully it won't. This thing seems to be burning more gas than it should be, so I don't know, I think I read somewhere that this blocked flow can cause that, so hopefully that helps with it. So in recap, clean the EGR valve, pull this body off. Don't try to do it in place because you'll never get it clean. Pull it off. It's easy to do. Get that nice and clean. And then I would pull this manifold off too. There's 6 bolts. This essentially lays in here like this. I don't know if you can see that, but they're a little tricky to get to, but nothing terrible. Just 10 millimeter bolts. You use a little 1/4 inch drive socket with a flex head that comes out pretty easily. Get all that cleaned up, If that doesn't work, then you're probably looking at replacing the EGR valve. But from what I've read and seen, that these are supposed to be really reliable, and it's not very common that that goes out. So, alrighty, have a good one. Hopefully this works for you.